Matty Boy will back me up on this. I guarantee you, if Jackie went out there, we'd be sitting on a goddamn pile of money right now. Because he's so sweet.
Money and free food?
Yeah, he'd be like, it's only right. There's no reason to anybody get it. Like, he's such a methodical thinker and such a logic-based brain. And he gets it from Nick's dad, too, like that super analytical science. Like, well, no, hold on. Let's think this through. Don't drive away. I'm just saying.
You could learn from him.
I really could.
What do you like around him? You can't be Jay Mohr crazy.
No, my house, I say it all the time. And it's like a monastery in there. You don't hear a word. There's nothing going on in the house. It's quiet.
You don't feel the need to talk?
No. And that's when I knew to marry that woman immediately, because I finally met somebody where I was safe and still, and I didn't have to put on any show whatsoever. And it was the first time I had no angst. You know when it says bless you? Somebody sneezes in an elevator, and you don't say God bless you right away? And like 3 seconds go by, and you get a little bit of angst, like, I could still say it. I'm still in under the wire if I say it right now. Like, I felt that way every conversation my entire life. With, like, bits, jokes, ad-libs.
Right.
And around Nick, it was the first time I don't have to say anything. Everything's in it. To quote Radiohead, everything in its right place. So, yeah, you go, I mean.
It's funny because I had a problem with that when I first got married. We would go out and people would expect me to be that way because of my job. And I'm much more quiet in person. I don't need to dominate conversations. I'll just sit and listen to the table talk. And
you're a great shepherd of a conversation. You're a really good steerer.
Am I?
Yeah. Like, I've never thought of you as being the guy that has to be on. Like, when you just said that, I'm like, wow, that must be really weird. Because I don't ever...
Other people expect me to be that way.
Right.
And I'm not.
And you're not... But I'm saying to you, like, that's a weird perception to me because you're not like that on the air. You're not like a domineering, like, loud talking guy. Whereas I go in to sell tickets. I'm like, all right, and everybody's getting pregnant.
And I'm fine with that because you're coming in to be funny, and it's fine with me. As long as someone's being funny.
Yeah, it's always nice when you go in and you go, you know what? Everybody can just take some time off. I did 3 podcasts one day in a day, and by the last one, it was Daryl Wright, and Daryl Wright is money in the bank. If you want a good podcast, you call the Podcat. First and foremost.
Okay.
That's Ryan Sickler. The guy I've been telling you needs to be on April Foolishness.
All right.
The Podcat, like, it's like giving the ball to Akeem Olajuwon in the paint in 94. Like, it's going in. I'm telling you.
Why do you have to go back to 94 for money in the bank?
Because there's no one like that anymore. There's no one that's just, it's in. You know what I mean?
All right.
Everybody wants to chuck threes from the fucking way out. Like, Hakeem was down with his back to the basket. Tim Duncan, bank shot. That's Ryan. That's the Podcat. And then Daryl Wright's the other one. Daryl Wright comes in and he goes, hey, player. He's OG. He's a felon. He shot a crackhead in the ass. He's from D.C.
And he just carries things for you.
I go, look, you're my 3rd podcast. I need to do all the heavy lifting. He goes, oh, I got you, man. I got you, playboy. And then literally for an hour and 15 minutes, just told S&M party stories. He went to George Carlin's birthday celebration after he died, obviously. He was 75 years old. He had been dead. Kelly Carlin, they have a whole big show at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. And the next night, his friend's like an S&M guy. Does like S&M porn.
Right.
And he goes, do you want to come with me to this party? He goes, fuck yeah. Is there going to be free booze? He's big vodka time. Maybe he's an alcoholic. Maybe I should talk to my friend. And he goes, I go there. I'm telling you, Daryl Wright's hysterical. At Daryl_Wright. But people listening already know.
Is that WR?
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes, and there's a bitch in like a stockade and another bitch whipping the shit out of her. And everyone's like, damn, she's fine. And I don't really give a fuck because you're just a bitch with glasses to me. Like, that's his summation of a dominatrix. How it doesn't work for him, ghettoized into the most beautifully succinct sentence, you just a bitch with glasses to me. Like, that sentence is fucking amazingly perfect. And the lady whipping the shit out of the lady goes, oh, my God, I just saw you at George Carlin's birthday show last night. And then the bitch in the stockade goes, oh, yeah, what's up? And then the girl in the stockade goes, can we take a break, mistress? To the bitch with glasses. So basically they stop whipping each other to get a photo of Daryl. But Daryl says they got to get the husband out of a dog cage wearing a gas mask. And she goes, "Get your fucking ass out of that cage." And the guy's like in a fucking diaper and a gas mask. And he goes, "And this motherfucker," Daryl's one of those guys. Patrice was like this too. Any black guy that drops an N-bomb on white people is so far ahead of the fucking comedy game. When you go, "I look at this nigga," and and you're pointing to me.
Right.
Like that, you're so far ahead comedically than anyone else in the world. She goes, she tells this man, "Get your ass out of the cage and take this motherfucking picture." He goes, "This takes an iPhone photo," and he says, "Nigga never even took his gas mask off, man." And then they all go back to their places. Like, "Yes, mistress," kapow, starts beating the shit out of her. So yeah, Daryl Wright and Ryan Sickler, if you want
those
good
are the
pod,
two.
that's the go-to. So everybody can listen to K-Rock on krock.com.
Yes.
Kevin and Bean, krock.com. What's the best way to, if people are on huge East Coast.
krock.com is the best way to stream it.
And Kevin and Bean.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you could follow the Kevin Ryder.
Right.
And your profile picture.
Is
that guy called an avatar or a profile picture?
I don't know. I think it's both.
Angie? Your avatar is you wearing a Kelly Kapowski t-shirt, but you're wearing, it's too meta for words. Angie's.
That's much deeper than mine.
It's great. Angie's photo, it was a photo of him wearing a Kelly Kapowski t-shirt. And then a guy photoshopped his face on her body in the Kelly Kapowski t-shirt.
That's awesome.
It is really awesome.
Yeah, mine's not that good.
Yours is great. What are you talking about? The fat guy in a fucking hover.
Fat guy in a little...
It's a fat guy in like my son's motorized Jeep.
Right.
I wish. It is really?
Oh, that's sweet. That's a good photo.
And your guys' podcast of your show is always up in like the top 30, top 20. And that's
I think, I don't know. We don't really get numbers.
I know it.
Okay.
I look at them all the time religiously.
Okay.
Because I'm fiending for that spot. So that's all you need to know.
Mohr Stories is really the only podcast I listen to a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I heard Rufus Wainwright. When was that?
That was last week.
That was great.
Somebody goes, "That was unbearable."
I didn't know.
He's just so gay that I think people in the Midwest
extremely.
are like, whoa.
And you kept trying to beat around the bush with the gay thing.
Beat around the bush?
You were sort of. You were like...
I asked him, does he think that he's a beacon for other gays when he goes to places like
30
Arkansas?
minutes in, you asked him that. No,
Well,
I'm just saying.
how should it go? Hey,
Start
what's
off with
cock taste like?
Yes.
Rufus Wainwright is our guest. From what I understand, you enjoy cock.
Well, that's what his voice tells you from the very first syllable.
That's how Larry King would have done it?
Yeah.
Rufus Wainwright enjoys cock. Hello. No, Arkansas, you're on the air.
But
what does cum taste like? My guess is buttermilk and Clorox.
But that was fascinating. And the only thing I'll tell you from a radio standpoint is you didn't say who he was for 20 minutes. I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to figure out who is this guest that Jay's talking to.
I was pretty starstruck.
It was great. And
the thing too is when I used to say the guest's name all the time, Kevin Ryder of Kevin and Bean.
Yeah, you don't have
People used to tweet me all the time. It says it in the pod data. You don't have to keep telling us who the guest is.
Oh yeah, there is that.
And then you think of Marv Levy's old saying, if you listen to the fans, you'll wind up sitting next to him. So how about I run the fucking show the way I want to run it? Rufus Wainwright is my guest. Rufus, how are you?
Gay.
All right. What's that like? What hurts more, a trip to the acupuncturist or being in bed with your husband? I guess it depends on the husband.
No, but that was fascinating. I liked it.
Thank you. I liked it too, and I dug the outro song, Zebulon. But let's talk about Kevin and Bean.
All right.
Go check out Kevin and Bean on KROQ, KROQ.com. And do yourselves a favor, if you can figure out a way to get to the Weenie Roast, the Acoustic Christmas, or more importantly,
especially
where I'm going to get my motherfucking title back from that little midget, Brad Williams. I'm coming to take my shit back.
Jay does April Foolishness, which is our comedy show. Around April 1st.
April 4th it was last year.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now.
He was bummed. Jay was bummed because...
I fucking relaxed, and a guy snatched the goddamn best set of the night from me.
Brad Williams came out, kicked ass.
Destroyed. It wasn't
and
even
Jay
close.
Immediately said, we're all fighting for second. I remember that.
Well, it had to be.
You said we're all fighting for second.
The people after Brad didn't mention the fact that a midget just gave a lap dance to Lisa May, who does traffic and weather. Like, it's kind of the elephant in the room. Like, Did that just fucking happen? Did I just swerve around a cow?
Yeah.
So then I go, look, Brad Williams at the set of the night. Let's all just get out in the open. We're all playing for second place at this point. And the crowd goes, okay, he does know. Because they're uncomfortable. They think that I think I'm